Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads. It's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
Zane Martel silently pondered about this. The movement of his hands gradually became faster. Then with a flick of his finger, a couple of spirit herbs were absorbed into the elixir furnace by his vital energy.
Now.
The dark green flame in his hand suddenly surged and instantly enveloped the entire elixir furnace. A blazing heat rose from it. Then with a crackling sound, the spiritual herbs inside the furnace began to be slowly refined. Soon the jello flour gradually dissolved and a stream of light blue cold air came out of it. The cold air did not disperse quickly even when it touched the dark green flame. On the contrary, there was a tendency for the cold air to swallow the flame, as a thin layer of frost started forming on top of the green flame.
This jello flour is indeed cold enough. It's time for the 5 reserve bone-melting fruit.
Zane Martel said calmly. Not long after, he tossed a red fruit into the elixir furnace. The moment it touched the frost-cold air, the 5 reserve bone-melting fruit burst open and emitted an orange-red energy billow. The billow blended and intertwined with the frost aura. Soon, they merged and turned into a puddle of mist, scattering into the medicine mud below. Time passed by slowly. About 10 minutes later,
Heat control. Refinement.
the flames kept rolling, quickly expelling the excess medicinal effect.
Condense.
Zane Martel's jaw suddenly clenched. The dark red elixir furnace immediately lit up and began to tremble.
Open now.
The lid of the furnace was opened, and rolling steam rolled out of the gap. A strong smell of medicine flew through the elixir furnace and gradually spread out.
Was that a success? Did someone succeed? Who is it?
The crowd's expressions changed drastically when they smelled the medicinal fragrance. They glanced in Zane Martel's direction.
It's Lai. It's Master Lai.
Someone recognized the source of the medicine fragrance and stared in the direction with an envious gaze before crying out in surprise.
Oh my, how long has it been? How did he succeed in refining so quickly?
He is indeed a master.
Many people who were refining the pills also stopped and looked at Zane Martel, including Victor Chen and Chloe Thompson from the Demon God sect. At this moment, Victor Chen's expression turned vicious and extremely gloomy. Even his killing intent was surging.
Lai's refinement speed is even faster than mine. That's unforgivable. It's definitely a fluke. Even if you're faster than me, your quality will never surpass mine.
Soon, the inspection officer came over and personally checked Zane Martel's medicinal pill. When the inspection officer leaned his head against the top of the elixir furnace, his eyes lit up, and his expression changed as he spoke hesitantly.
The 3rd grade blood transformation pill is successfully refined. 10 pills are formed, 10 pills are all of perfect quality.
Hearing the inspector's words, everyone else was in turmoil and dumbfounded. Then the audience and the remaining hundreds of alchemists in the square burst into an uproar.
All 10 pills are of perfect quality? How is that possible?
Are you blind? 10 perfect blood-melting pills? Do you think the blood-melting pills are easy to refine? You make them sound so worthless.
They were so agitated and resentful that they didn't believe the inspector's words. They even began to curse the inspector.
I don't believe you. How could all pills be of perfect quality? That's ridiculous. Wait, what? Damn it, they are really of perfect quality.
After seeing Zane Martel's results with his own eyes, the burly man's eyes were about to pop out of their sockets.
Heavens, I think he's the first to complete the refinement, right?
You're right.
Master Lai is indeed skillful. I admire you so much. It's my lifetime honor to have known you, Master Lai.
Brandon Hayes' eyes lit up. He could not be bothered by the medicinal pills in his hands. The person standing in front of him was a master alchemist. The benefits of currying favor with a master alchemist might be much greater than currying favor with the Alchemy Conference. Zane Martel smiled and did not take their flattery to heart. After all, Zane Martel could refine 5 different kinds of medicinal pills in one go within 2 hours. The second round only required him to refine a mere 3rd grade blood-melting pill. If he failed to refine the pills of perfect quality, he would have wasted his shadow of the Dragon Devourer. Even Master Rovan Guha and the others were shocked by this commotion. They quickly strode over and cupped their hands toward Zane Martel.
Master Lai, your alchemy skills are truly amazing.
Thanks for the compliment.
Zane Martel smiled at them.
Master, you remind me of a good friend. He's also an alchemy genius. You two should meet someday. Maybe you will wish you had met him sooner. Master, are you perhaps interested in joining the Alchemist Association?
Master Rovan Guha quickly tried to recruit Zane Martel. Zane Martel smiled. He knew the good friend Master Rovan Guha mentioned was himself. He was curious to know what reaction Master Rovan Guha would have if the latter realized the old man was only Zane Martel's disguise. Victor Chen became gloomy when he saw the scene. All the focus and attention were on Zane Martel, and Victor Chen was distraught by that. In his opinion, he was the genius from the Demon God sect, and he should be the only center of attention. However, Lai appeared out of nowhere and snatched away the attention that belonged to him.
Damn it, Lai, I'll remember you,
he said fiercely, and his hands moved even faster than before. It didn't take long for him to succeed in refining the pill. However, everyone would only remember who came first, and no one cared about the runner-up. Even if Victor Chen was able to refine the pill after Zane Martel, the quality of his pill and the attention he received were nowhere comparable to Zane Martel. Time passed slowly. Out of the more than 2,000 people in the square, hundreds of them were injured by the explosion and had to quit halfway through. Most of the remaining participants knew something was wrong with the recipe, but didn't know how to change it, so they could only watch as time passed. Although some people had changed the recipe, they still failed to refine the pill because they were not detailed enough. Only a dozen people left out of more than 2,000 people barely passed the second round of the test. Among them, Lai was the first and naturally received the greatest attention. Next were Victor Chen and Chloe Thompson from the Demon God sect. Then, it was Trevor Collins from the Tang family, and the other alchemists that were not so well known. The third round was more difficult than the second round, so the participants earned half an hour of break before proceeding with the next round. Zane Martel sat in his own seat, closed his eyes, and began to adjust his strength. Right then, many people came over to his seat after witnessing his performance. They stood near Zane Martel and cautiously said something.
Master Lai, I am an alchemist serving the Flint Chamber of Commerce in Qing Continent. Are you interested in visiting the Flint Chamber of Commerce after the Alchemy Conference?
Master Lai, don't listen to him. The Flint family is not worthy of your time. Why don't you visit the Hamson family instead? We will treat you with the highest etiquette we have for our guests.
Highest etiquette? Master Lai, we will treat you like you're our most honorable family member. Please visit us instead.
What the hell? How could you get so shameless to call another alchemist your family just because he's a master alchemist?
What's wrong with being shameless? You will not be here if you aren't shameless like me.
A group crowded around Zane Martel, their voices competing for attention, creating a whirlwind of persuasive words and flattery. It was an anticipated scene, given the stature of an alchemist like Zane Martel. Zane Martel's presence attracted the interest of families and chambers of commerce alike, knowing the value he could bring. Despite knowing Zane Martel's reluctance to join, they still vied for his attention, hoping against hope for his acceptance.
Ahem. Don't tell me all of you are trying to fight someone with the Tang Chamber of Commerce.
A voice dripping with arrogance and confidence cut through the chaos. Zane Martel slowly opens his eyes. Trevor Collins from the Tang Chamber of Commerce stood before Zane Martel, his demeanor aloof and dismissive.
It's the Tang Chamber of Commerce. If the Tang Chamber of Commerce makes a move, we basically won't stand a chance.
Dejection swept through the crowd as they realized the weight of the Tang Chamber of Commerce's influence.
Master Lai, after the Alchemy Conference, you can join the Tang Chamber of Commerce. Don't worry, we will satisfy all your requests.
Trevor Collins says with a smile, his tone calm. It was as though he knew Zane Martel would certainly agree. His expectations were normal too. After all, the Tang Chamber of Commerce was influential, and one of the judges this time, Master Griffith, was an alchemist serving the Tang Chamber of Commerce too. In the entire Qing continent, several renowned alchemists would choose to join the Alchemist Association. Meanwhile, others would join the Tang Chamber of Commerce. It was also the reason why Trevor Collins was so confident about this matter. However, when Zane Martel saw Trevor Collins' arrogant attitude, his expression turned cold for a split second before he maintained a neutral expression.
I recently came to the Qing continent, and I don't know much about the culture and people here. Therefore, I think it's better for me to rely on my friend.
Brandon Hayes, I'm afraid I'll have to trouble you from now on.
Brandon Hayes was startled, clearly not expecting this. Then he became ecstatic. Master Lai actually ignored the olive branch extended by the Tang Chamber of Commerce, and would rather rely on the insignificant Chen Chamber of Commerce. Brandon Hayes, Trevor Collins, and the people around them clearly did not expect this outcome. Brandon Hayes' eyes lit up. He cupped his fists and quickly responded.
Really? Master Lai, don't worry. I, Brandon Hayes, and the Chen Chamber of Commerce are willing to do everything we can to solve your troubles from now on.
Zane Martel was certainly a great alchemist in this era, and he was willing to stoop lower to work with the Chen Chamber of Commerce. Brandon Hayes could never refuse this offer. Trevor Collins' expression darkens, and he frowns.
Master Lai, I advise you to think it over before deciding on this. Don't act on your impulse. Think about it. My master is one of the judges of this alchemy conference. I'm sure you don't want anything unpleasant to happen in the last round, do you?
Everyone else exchanged an awkward look. The meaning behind his words was very obvious. If Zane Martel refused to join the Tang Chamber of Commerce, Master Griffith would surely make things difficult for him.
Despicable, incomparably despicable.
The crowd was angered by Trevor Collins and Master Griffith's blatant threat, but they dared not express their anger. Zane Martel scoffs.
Feel free to show me all your tricks under your sleeves. I will never surrender to you.
After being scolded by Zane Martel, Trevor Collins' expression became even uglier.
Fine. Let's wait and see.
Just as he was about to leave, an incomparably sinister voice rang out behind him.
Lai, I advise you to think twice before you act. Or perhaps you can directly withdraw from the Alchemy Conference.
Everyone looked over. The voice was from Victor Chen, Chloe Thompson, and the Porous, the three representatives of the Demon God sect. Victor Chen walks at the forefront. His expression is solemn and cold. Zane Martel's expression changed.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean? Let me put it bluntly for you. I joined the Alchemy Conference this time because I aim to get the recipe for the Marshall-breaking pill. The Demon God sect is determined to get the recipe, so you are in no place to snatch it away from us. If you insist on fighting with me, you'll be making enemies with the Demon God sect.
When the crowd heard this, their faces were drained of color. Going against the Demon God sect, that was no different from courting death. Many people turned around and walked away, afraid of getting involved with the Demon God sect. Even Brandon Hayes' face fell. He didn't know whether he should stay or leave. Seeing this, Zane Martel reacted calmly.
Brandon Hayes, you may leave now. I have something to tell them alone.
Brandon Hayes was overjoyed and quickly walked away. Taking in the others' reactions, the corners of Victor Chen's mouth curled, and there was a strange smile on his face.
Look, all of them are afraid of our Demon God sect. You won't gain anything by going against us. I'll give you an option now. Join the Tang Chamber of Commerce and be loyal to us.
Zane Martel frowned a little upon hearing that.
Join the Tang Chamber of Commerce? Could it be that the force behind the Tang Chamber of Commerce was actually the Demon God sect? Are you so afraid that I will get the Marshall-breaking pill recipe? Or are you worried that your alchemy is far behind me? Anyway, I do understand. You're just a kid, so what skills would you probably have?
What did you just say? How dare you speak to me like this? Old thing, your days are coming to an end.
The blazing flames broke through the air and whizzed past, releasing a scorching heat that was hard to endure. In this regard, Zane Martel was expressionless. He did not even intend to make a move. At the critical moment, several figures flashed across the square. One of them struck out a slap and collided with Victor Chen.